Okay. Any practical tips to get started for those writers whose motivation to write correlates with having readership? Sometimes it feels like spitting into the ocean. Yeah, that's a good image. And I think the first part, what you're getting at there is like it's hard to kind of motivate yourself to write sometimes when you go, is anyone going to read this? Right? Is this going to be the tree falling in the forest? Is mom not even going to read this? um, that's the most hurtful. Yeah. Anyway, uh, that's tough because, I mean, although these days, at the very least, you can get some readers. Like I was mentioning, even if you're doing Facebook posts, that's writing, that gets readers. Even if you have a few hundred people that you're friends with, and the beauty of it is you get that instant feedback and reactions. Um, and so I feel like, yeah, again, don't despise small beginnings, even if initially you're not going to get a lot of readers. It's a little tougher, I understand, to motivate yourself for a book length project. But I would really focus, if you want to write books, on kind of building your platform, getting the experience, getting the reps in with blog posts or articles. I wrote probably 150, 200 articles before I wrote a book. And then when it comes to writing the book, don't write a book, write a proposal. And, maybe the first or second proposal doesn't work, but you kind of learn to refine it, look for what publishers are after. And then, even if you started a small publisher, you get a contract and you're off to the races. So yeah, it's a long trek, and I understand it can be difficult. And even, I mean, I certainly haven't arrived, but I'm a published author and stuff. But even at my stage of writing, it can feel like spitting in the ocean sometimes. You're like, okay, who's reading this? Is it making an impact? Even if they are reading it, most books people read for maybe 2 to 4 or 5 years. But the books, at least I'm thinking of in the Christian world, nonfiction books that came out in 2013, 2014. Now you can see their Amazon ranking dropping, and you realize there are probably, maybe 100 people purchasing it a year. But it served its purpose for a time, right? And hopefully it brought people closer to God. It glorified God. And then it kind of went away. Now there are exceptions. There are classics. There are ones that stick around for 20 years or 200 years, but the vast majority don't. But you have to be comfortable with the fact that, my book will probably fall into the camp that makes a little bit of an impact for a few years and then goes away. But that's just the game. But in the end, I think it's worth it.